you've got a really interesting energy right now. When I started channeling, I felt like I should get a song for you to see if there was a theme. Um, and the theme felt very jumbled, but not in a bad way. It was like I wasn't quite sure of it. And so when I shuffled my songs, funny enough, one went to a foreign song that's just an instrumental song, but it's some drum beats. And then I thought, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to shuffle one more time and see if anything else comes out. Because I felt very much like you're translating from a foreign language or something right now. And so the next song too was a foreign song. Um, and so I'm gonna link them down below, but I just found it really interesting that um, I don't have a lot of foreign songs on the playlist that I shuffle. And so for two of them to come up, one without words and then one with words, um, and it's a Scandinavian song. I think it's Norwegian, if I'm remembering correctly. Um, it's either Norwegian or Swedish. But anyway, there's definitely something in your life you are translating into a language that makes more sense to you. So you are doing something right now that might be in a process without words. And if there are words, it may not make sense to you at this time. But there is definitely there's definitely something in this energy that like really wants to be spoken about, something that wants to be seen. I feel like you are alchemizing some experiences from the past and you're presenting them in a new light. Maybe you're working on a book or project or creation and you are translating it in a way that makes sense. So this could be literal, like you're translating other languages, or it could be you're translating the experience of what you've had into an experience other people can relate to, other people can understand. There is like a gap you are bridging, and that is very important for you to bridge that gap now. There's something in your nature that resists this. There's something in you that wants to like be understood, but without having to go through the trouble and problems of translating. So this tells me that there is something like I'm actually seeing in some of you. There's something in your spine that is like stiff, or difficult to bend, and so it's this like this lack of flow or easiness in your energy that's like I want to be understood, but why do I have to make myself understood? And the good news is you don't have to make yourself understood. You can just do whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you feel called that you need to do, or listen to whatever it is you feel called to listen to. And I do feel for some of you, you need to listen to a message and it's like it's somehow not quite getting through to you or something. Um, but yeah, you need to like now I'm getting lost like in even the thinking about it. It's like there is a fuzziness in this energy that you really need to solidify something. Like you don't need to translate for the people that are meaningful and that matter to you. No one should need you to translate for them 24/7, right? At a certain point, they should just know. They should just understand. But for you to expect that everyone can do that is not reasonable. And so there's something in your life you need to let go of, like everyone's going to understand me, everyone's going to know me as long as I just present it in the right light, like everyone will get it. It's like, actually no, not everyone will get it. So yeah, there is like a wistfulness of you wish that you could be celebrated for who you are, what you are, but the problem is that you're just so darn used to people misunderstanding you that there's almost this like letting go ness in the energy of like it's just going to be what it is, whatever will be, because and specifically actually what will be, not whatever, but what for you guys specifically. Because there's something about you that's like really rebellious in a really fun way, and people just don't seem to think that it's fun. And so I almost like I feel sorry, or I want to say sorry, like on behalf of these people that just don't get it. Like you want to be this fun, beautiful individual, and like people just aren't letting you do it because they're just like misattributing certain things to you. And it's just tiresome. It's just so tiresome. I feel like you've gotten really fed up with it, quite frankly. And so you feel like you're grasping at the situation that can't quite be translated. And I think if you were to sit in the energy of this experience, of this moment, of the words, of the translation, like you would get it. And I think if you could find peace in the feeling of getting it, it would find peace in the ways you relate to others also. Like that would create it. That would, not even creating it, because there is peace between you and others, and you're just not realizing it because like you're so so dead set on translating this thing that can't really be translated. It has to almost be understood in the beauty of what it is. And so I'm actually getting like this is like quite a weird message for you guys because it's almost like the transmutation of this particular process for you is going to be centered around letting go of making it understandable and digestible. It's like it's almost like so we know how the grain of sand becoming a pearl is often the symbolism used for this collective, but it's almost like it's almost like you guys instead of changing the grain of sand are like framing it. And I know that's weird because like we're so fixated on transmuting things that make us uncomfortable and letting go of things that are difficult. But it's almost like there is something about this process that needs to be celebrated for the beauty of what it is. It's more like an uncut rock. And like you could polish it and make it better, quote unquote, but it would be changing it from what it is. And there's something about this particular experience you're having right now that doesn't need to be changed from what it is. It just needs to be celebrated for what it is because there is beauty in it. And when you translate it, it's like lost in translation. Um, so like it's like if you watch a foreign movie and then you translate the foreign movie, but it just doesn't quite hit the same because the actors and the director and the scenes, everything is curated almost around this like culture and this experience and this movement. And so like when you translate a French film into English, for instance, you can understand the words, but you can't understand the meaning, like the feeling, you know? That feeling is intense and it's conveyed through the experience and the sounds and the shape of what that experience is. Like in trying to make something more digestible, in other words, you might make it almost unintelligible. Like because you guys are so good at transmuting things and alchemizing things, but this is a rare instance where like you don't do that. Um, you need to celebrate something exactly for what it is and realize like it doesn't need to be changed. Something that you're going through right now, exactly the way it is perfect in how it is happening. And that's really frustrating to hear because I feel like there are things you can do to like make it better or make it easier, but stop is what I'm hearing. Stop doing that. Stop trying to translate it for everyone. Stop trying to make it understandable. Stop trying to make it something that even you know what's going on. Just experience it. And that's really what I feel with the song that came through is like there's something happening right now which can only be felt. It can't be understood in words. It has to be understood in like expression, in feeling it with your soul. Excuse me. There's something within you that always wants to translate the experiences, but ultimately the translation of it only leads to confusion because sometimes there's a beautiful nuance of like two or three different meanings contained within something, and it's meaningful and deep and important that it is phrased that way or that it's said that way or that it moves that way. And if you isolate it and force it to just be one color, force it to just be one thing, it loses its meaning. My familiar is looking down at me right now and like wagging her tail kind of hard. She's sitting at the top of her perch. And so there is definitely this feeling of like intensity and like something is going to happen. I don't Something bad is going to happen is always what people think, but it's not bad. It's just like something is going to happen and change and you just need to roll with it because it's part of the experience. So when you let go, when the experience happens and when you've passed it, moved past it, it will change you in a way you can't understand and you'll never be able to explain to someone, but just know that it is meaningful. Know that it is happening exactly the way that it's meant to happen. Um, because for you, it was never about the thing that was happening, it's about the emotion or feeling that it produced. So the words are kind of superfluous. Um, I would say for the next week or so, try not judge yourself by the words you're saying or speaking. Try just judge yourself by the movements you're having, the emotions, the experiences you're feeling. Those are way more important right now than words, way more important than trying to translate the experience for others to understand. Just know it's all happening exactly as it's meant to, exactly as it needs to. And yeah, that'll really help you a lot in the coming months and years, especially because it's an important change. I wouldn't say it's like the most significant change ever, but it's an important change for you that's happening. um, So, yeah, that's the end of the message. It's a pretty short one today. I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, please drop a like, leave a comment, or follow along. And it really helps me to reach the people that need to hear these kind of messages when you participate in the algorithm a little bit. So, anything helps. Super appreciate it. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.